Okay, it's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with day, actually 5. Sorry, I totally spaced and didn't do a video yesterday. So this is day 5 in Poway, and you didn't miss much yesterday. Yesterday was just a lot of, well, I'll show you. I'll just show you. Okay, so I'm down at the bottom looking up right now. Greg parks his truck and trailer down here. And then the guys wheelbarrow all the debris through here and dump it in the trailer. And it's pretty much never ending. So right now we have part of the team doing raking and final prepping and cleanup for top dressing, and part of the team assisting Greg with irrigation. He's working on, right now, fixing, it's like whack-a-mole. There's a lot of broken lines. This irrigation has been neglected for many, many years. And frankly, the client just really wasn't sure what was even going on anymore. So Greg's fixing it. Greg is making it go. So there he is up there. We'll get up there to him at some point. But right now what you see is, you know, a much cleaner space, because we are going to be coming in with decomposed granite like you see in the pathways and just doing a thin layer. We're also going to be coming back in later with boulders. They've decided that yes, they agree that they do indeed, this landscape would indeed benefit from some boulders. So that'll come in after we do the DG. Yeah, so we put preen down everywhere, and we're also rounding up all of the weeds that are tiny. We manually pulled all the ones that were about 1 inch tall or taller, which has also been a labor of much love.
Yes, sir.
Ralph is up here behind this Thrasky eye, or in front of it, depending on your perspective. There was a big agave here that was infested with snout weevil that we removed, and he's pulling out all of the roots that were above ground, because we have to get this ground all prepped before we can throw any decomposed granite. You will also see the skeleton or the bones of the old irrigation, and most of this will be pulled up, if not all of it, I guess really all of it, and we'll be running grids of subterranean drip. That way we'll have the freedom to do additional planting. The client would love to get some more leucospermum going in the slope areas down here, which would be amazing. And we may want to add other specimens and things as we go. So by having the gridded irrigation, we won't have to come in and modify every single time we want to install a new plant. Yeah, this is so big. So also, you probably notice something. The guys have been really busy today cleaning up the pathway. This brickwork wasn't even exposed before. You couldn't even see it. It was just all covered in dirt and detritus. So this just looks amazing. They're doing an absolutely beautiful job of cleaning up in between all these railroad ties and raking and sweeping, just doing everything that we can to make this look as good as possible, so that the gardeners will then have a bar to maintain. I did notice some areas where additional rubble would be very, very helpful. So we're going to be bringing in about a half a basket of rubble to tighten up some areas that are a little bit sloped. We also planted out this area in here. This was just covered in weeds. And we pulled out all the weeds and popped in some plants that we pulled out from other areas of the garden, some grenadiensis, some allocameronii, some attenuatas, some aloe vera, some hesperaloe. We were able to rehome everything viable that we took out of this yard. It's just so pretty, isn't it? All of these vistas and views. It's so beautiful. All right. This is an area in particular down here where some boulders would be very, very much appreciated. Okay. We'll work our way down here. There are areas, empty spots where we popped in some of those cuttings that I told you about before. And take note of the beautiful paths. You can almost eat off them now. Then we'll have come behind, you know, with a rake and rake up all the debris. This is just gonna look like a shiny new penny. This is all the stuff that Ralph pulled out. Needed done before we could put DG down. So he's smoothing this all out. It just looks so nice. So great. Another little hesperaloe got a new home. And here's Greg whack-a-moling. Say hi to your fans.
Hey.
It also, just as a side note, it's 95 degrees on this day in February 27th, which is pretty unheard of. But we are starting to pick up a little nice cool breeze, which feels great. But we've been working out in the hot sun. Greg is fixing. Was that broken and you're fixing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was broken and he's fixing it. And then you can see here Kevin and Miguel chatting. I know, they're working, they're working. It's hot today. We can take our, just, you know, put it in like second gear today, right? Gotta preserve our strength. But yeah, see, they've made these little piles and now they're raking them up into a trash can and then they have to schlep it all the way down there to Greg's trailer. So it's just a huge job. But my goodness, it is really, really coming together. Over here, another wheelbarrow, oh crap. And then all of these little weeds here we're spraying. And then here's this is a major break that Greg fixed that involved a root and a lot of piping. So he got this all working. And then the pathways, this would be like an hour long video probably if we went all, well, why not, right? Okay, so we'll go this way. This area wasn't really in our purview too much this time. We did pull a few things out of here to pop into other areas of the new installation. But we didn't do any planting in here. The client loves all her greenery, and we'll probably address this area when decisions have been made about these crepe myrtles that just really aren't performing at all. But like I told you the other day, you know, she wants to give them every opportunity, so we're just gonna watch them for the next 6 months and see what happens. These Texas Ranger need to be lowered. They're cut down a bit. They're too tall, and I feel like we could pop some, if the crepe myrtles don't work out, this could be a neat place to pop in some more columnars to, you know, kind of play off of all of the softness. And then up here, we had a lot of Senecio growing over this rock, all over the bench, and Omar's getting that all cleaned up nice and tidy. Looks very, very nice. They've got some amazing rock formations in this yard. Okay, then moving on. This is another area that we did not address this time around. There's this gigantic pine here that drops detritus pine needles everywhere. So I don't know, I don't really want to plant, you know, underneath the pine tree. I think that what's going on here is fine. We just do some basic tidying, you know, clearing out the dead, and you know, pulling, you know, there's some giant weeds in here that could come out. And this is where I want to put the desert steel pieces in here, so it's not, you know, this garden area doesn't look like a total afterthought. There's some intention, so that's the plan there. But we're coming up on the area that we did last phase, which I called the bowl. And I'll show you an area that we're going to be doing very soon. It wasn't part of this phase, but will be coming up very soon, is this area here, where you see all these weeds. There's some nice rosemary in here, believe it or not, which is great, but that's pretty much it. The rest, and there's one little opuntia down there, the rest of it's weeds. So we'll have her gardeners clear out all the weeds, and then this will be another xeriscape area. That's coming soon. Isn't that a beautiful opuntia right there? So here is, this was phase 4, the bowl, and it's held up just beautifully. I got, this predates my relationship with Western cactus, and most of these, you know, big beautiful plants came from Matt Jones, who I'm still very much working with, because Western does not deliver outside of San Diego, so I'll always be looking for help from Matt when I have out-of-town installations, or if I just need something really special that Western doesn't have. And then our barrel colony here, so cute. Just love that. And then our big columnars. Look at this Aluaudia, isn't it great? So pretty. And look at that upslope. I just love it with all of the ground cover, all the color. It's just so wild and beautiful. This area over here, we don't, it's just no man's land over here, so we don't mess around under these oaks, which is fine. And then that brings you back up and around to the front. We did all of this top side in cactus and succulent. Everything, you know, just at driveway adjacent. These Dracos came from Brandon Bullard at Desert Theater. Isn't this fantastic? We'll bring in a little top dressing rock to tidy up. But we also moved in some more boulders in here because the delivery trucks take this corner tight, and that's what happened to our beautiful barrel, and they just kind of take out the landscape. So we're hoping that in staging these boulders, it will discourage that behavior. Then all of these aloes that you see that are about to go off are the David Verities that I procured from a private grower in Escondido. They're so pretty. I love them because they're late. You know, pretty much everything else is already done, with the exception of the striata. Striatas are going off right now, and the blue elf. But most of the aloes are done, so it's nice to see the color on the David Verity. It's a great aloe. Then the entrance to the house. Our little collectible cactus area over here where we have the totem and the spiral. It's very cool. More barrels. The attenuata forest, which we thinned out a lot. I mean, you can tell how hot it's been. Look at the sunburn on that leaf. Okay. Hopping up here. Here is one of the stumps that we planted out with the euphorbia, and it's so happy. Look at this. Look at all the little babies coming. Love to see that. It's going to be completely full pretty soon. It's so wonderful. All right. And here's one of the first tapestries areas that we did, which I've already shown you guys this. We'll do a little touching up with top dressing rock. But for the most part, you know, this is all done and dialed in. That brings us over here. I love, this is one of my favorite areas in the garden, this little xeriscape here. It just looks, it's perfect. And I know it's not natural to be perfect, but it sure is nice to see it. I find it very inspiring. And my little, pretty little pillows. Then here's another perspective. And then over here is another tapestry that we did about a year ago. This is outside of their primary bedroom suite. Okay. Yeah. Then I'll show you one more time that Leucospermum pincushion that I was talking about, and I have shown you, but the one that they want to get more of. Maybe some different varieties. But isn't that so pretty? Wow. Yeah, and then here we are back up at the top, right? Yeah. So the next time you see me will probably be the semi-grand reveal when we get all of the DG down, which will be after the irrigation's all done. I may show it to you then, or I may wait until I'll probably wait until after we get the boulders in, right? Yeah, that would be good. So, anywho, thanks for following along on this one, guys. And I hope that you've got some inspirations or ideas for your own yards. And be sure to let me know in the comments if you have any burning questions. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.